Hi there, students. Zoochosis, a noun. Zoochotic, the corresponding adjective. Okay, zoochosis is abnormal animal behavior because of time in captivity. It's a psychological condition affecting animals in captivity. The word itself, zoochosis, is made a blend of zoo and psychosis. And one of the major problems with zoos is many of the animals, or some of the animals, are kept in conditions that are very different from the conditions or the habitats that they live in the wild. For example, a tiger. A tiger roams around a huge area, whereas in a zoo, if a tiger has an area 20 meters by 20 meters or 100 meters by 100 meters, it's not enough. So zoochosis refers to a psychological condition affecting animals in captivity. And normally we have repetitive compulsive behaviours, pacing backwards and forwards, swaying from side to side, biting the bars of the cage. And it's showing stress and emotional distress from being removed from their natural habitats, very often over-grooming as well, or even self-mutilation. And the primary cause of zoochosis is captivity, is being in captivity. And perhaps these animals have got to the point where they're so damaged that you can't put them back into the wild. I think the major problems are lack of space, lack of social interaction, and sensory deprivation. And this is because they can't fulfill their instinctual needs. Now, with zoochosis, we can actually go a step further and say that humans can experience a form of zoochosis as well. If you look at how humans are living in modern cities and the constraints on modern life, this can lead to feelings of anxiety and depression and existential despair. And we see many similar or parallel signs in humans, signs of distress, where humans feel trapped in their routines, in their expectation. For example, compulsive habits. This is something that is similar to the repetitive behavior of animals. Emotional distress, anxiety, depression and fatigue, and perhaps social disconnection as well. Feeling isolated from natural social interactions. And I think very often the modern environment could be seen as a self-made prison where individuals are pressured to conform to the norms of society. And this can lead to identity crisis in people, the difficulty to define yourself in face of the expectations of a society, and perhaps a disconnection from personal values and our true desires. So zoochosis, are humans experiencing zoochosis? I don't know. I have a feeling that yes, depending on your definition of zoochosis. But clearly to me, many animals in zoos, not all animals, should be in different habitats. It depends on the animal. It depends on the conditions as well. So it's a sign of psychosis, and I think these animals are suffering from a type of madness. That animals in zoos, you see them pacing and circling along the same path or swaying their heads. So yes, and I think very clearly this is linked to zoochosis. So the polar bear's incessant pacing back and forth is a clear example of zoochosis caused by the stress of its limited enclosure. After years in captivity, the great ape developed zoochosis, which manifested as constant head bobbing that served no natural purpose. Observation of zoochosis, such as excessive self-grooming and regurgitating food, highlight the detrimental psychological effects of animals in captivity. So zoochosis. Visitors were saddened to witness the elephant swaying back and forth repeatedly, a textbook example of zoochosis. So zoochosis. This is a new word, and it's joining the words zoo and psychosis. Formality. I think I'm going to give it a 6 in formality, but I think you could use it anywhere. So, zoochosis. Bye for now.